Hey everyone, welcome to the Australian Small Business Podcast. My name is Julian Gale, along with Chris Smith, CEO of Happy HR and Yoke Agency. Good morning, Chris.
G'day, Julian. How are you today?
Very, very well, thanks. Now today, I believe we want to make this the most condensed, digestible, to the point conversation, and it was spurred on by a phone call you had on the way in today.
Yeah, so I had a client just call me, I'm putting together HR strategy with the executive team, and I'm having a meeting today at 3 o'clock. We've got a 2-hour session on maximising our HR. Can you give me 7 things that I should do today that are easy for us to action?
All right, let's talk about it.
So I said, and I rattled off 7 things, and
Number one is you've said to here was selective hiring.
Yeah,
Talk
so
to me about that. What is selective hiring?
So really, and to be the elevator pitch on this one is look at your strategy and go, okay, what is the persona that I really want, hand on heart, and then really look for that particular aptitudes within the roles that you're hiring, and make sure you're onboarding really, really well, and inform managers of the key milestones when they do get onboarded, that they're meeting those milestones because you're putting L&D processes in place. With the selective hiring process is you're getting more than just one person or 2 people involved. Get more people involved in the process so people feel more comfortable that they're joining your family and they're going to contribute to your family.
Okay, fantastic. That's great. Number 2, you mentioned to me self-managed ineffective teams. I'm sure so many business owners would love self-managed teams. Talk to me about that. How can people implement this?
So this is in 2 phases. So self-managed one is that you meet with them on a daily basis to set up, on a daily or weekly basis to set up what are the goals of the day, how you want them executed, and do they have any questions prior to starting that work, and then giving them a time frame in which to deliver those activities, and through a standardized documentation process just to say, this is being completed, this is the outcome, this is what we've learned from it, this is what we can work on a project to improve that. And they're really managing up, not micromanagement. It's actually about saying, this is the task, these are my expectations, and they're demonstrating that they're meeting those on a daily or weekly basis. Second phase is that they start to actually drive the strategy. So you've got, say, monthly or quarterly sessions on what you've just achieved in the last quarter, what you want to achieve in the next quarter. They've come to you with project plans and initiatives. You sign off on those project plans and initiatives, and that what they are is step A to step Z on how you're going to execute those plans. And then they just put them into a Gantt chart or sprint plan, and they manage to up to you on a weekly or monthly basis on how those particular sprint plans are happening. So allow your team to think and allow your team to manage up and create a place where they can discuss opportunities for innovation.
Okay, fantastic. Now, we're looking here at, this is a big one, especially with everything that's gone on throughout the last 12 months. It's been a lot of stress and angst in the workplace, but providing a safe place for employees, whether that's to communicate, whether it's with you, with their team, everything else. What does this mean, and how can we create that, providing a safe place?
So this goes internally. And I said to this guy this morning, look, it's really important that you've gone through a lot with your business. I know he's gone some ups and downs over the last 12 months. And I said to him, what's important to you? He's like, we need people that can execute. And I said, yes, but how do they execute? And that's about them having opportunities to discuss ideas and how they can execute better. And the only way they're going to do that and provide those answers to you is by creating a safe space where they can talk to you about opportunities for growth, innovation ideas. Maybe the business isn't doing the right thing and they need to change their strategy, and they deliver reasons why. And the business doesn't shut them down. They listen, they take it on board, and they give answers as to, yes, we should move forward with that idea, or business rational reasons as to why. But it's done in a way that's a safe place. Now, a lot of businesses, someone comes with an idea, we'll come back to you in 12 months for that. It's not considered. Don't shut people down. Listen to their ideas and create strategy or communication methods in order to get those innovationary ideas in a safe place. That's really important to create that idea of safety, and that you follow through with listening and actioning to a strategy that both parties see as a great way forward.
I think one of the things there to create a safe space is to create a place where people are encouraged to bring things forward, and you reinforce that by that if someone does bring something to the table, make sure everyone else knows it was their idea. It wasn't your idea. It was Johnny's idea. I would say even if you were thinking of this idea yourself, but then someone else brought it up, let them have some credit for it and make them feel good about it. Because, I mean, think of what it would mean to little Johnny over here. He had an idea, and then you say, oh, yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah, that I was going to do that. And then you take the credit. Whereas if you can show to the team, little Johnny thought of this. It's a great idea. We're going to implement this. Thanks, Johnny. He's going to feel so amazing. He'll get pats on the back. Everyone else is going to be thinking, oh, how can I put some good thoughts into
It's probably been very brave from little Johnny to actually mention that in the first place. So
it's brave Johnny, not little Johnny.
It's important to actually recognise that, some people, the quietest person in a meeting has generally got the best ideas.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, number 4. It's the hump number here. No, that was number 3.
Oh.
We've had selective hiring.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Number 4. We're selling yourself short here.
Yep.
Training and development. I mean, this goes on from performance appraisals and so on, but what can people implement with this right now?
It's very simple. Look, this is so important. What is someone doing? How do they need to do it? Are they confident and comfortable in what they're doing? If they are, fantastic. If they are not, put development plans in place that are not a negative connotation. Say, I'm going to spend some time with you just to help you to be more predictable in this area. And then also look at that this person has got some other skills, and looking at how you can utilize those skills in other ways to benefit your business and or other departments. So put development and training on the front burner, because it will drive innovation. You will have highly people that are much higher engaged, and they will perform and produce better profits for your business.
Fantastic. Yeah, always, you got to be always growing team. They say if you're not growing, you're dying.
Yep.
That's the same in business.
Yep.
Number 5, using data to maximize performance.
So a lot of people just go, I think, I believe, I. And this guy, respectfully, and I gave him feedback, it's always about, I'm running the business this way and I'm doing this. And I said, you've got some really capable people in your business. So you need to actually say to them, what are the business benchmarks that you require from every department? Now, it might be operational figures, might be sales figures or other, but what you should do is list out all the benchmarks that really make the cogs in your business tick. Talk to them about what they are currently and get them to make sure that they're either continuing to meet those benchmarks, or that you're going to require them to move the needle a little bit to actually increase productivity or results within that benchmark. And then work with them on a strategy to move those. If you move those all by 5%, you're going to get pretty big growth in your business. So use data to make decisions. Don't just use your gut, because people more and more these days want to see the evidence in front of them. If you're just going off your gut, they're going to call you out, and if you are wrong because the data points the other way, you're going to look quite silly.
Absolutely, but it allows you to also speak with conviction. If you
Correct.
have the data, people will believe you.
Correct.
As well.
It's about leadership.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Number 6, this is probably one that employees want to talk about just as much as employers: performance-based compensation strategies.
Absolutely. So,
because we're all wanting to pay our team more money, so how do we do that the right way?
So what's important is you need to look at the role that someone does. So don't look at what the person does, look at what the role is and what the role achieves, regardless of who's in that role. And then,
so imagine no one's in the role at the moment.
No one's in that role.
Clean slate.
And then you go and do some research, whether it's on LinkedIn or Seek or whatever you're doing, and benchmark that salary for that role. And look at what that role's worth in the open market. And then work out how through your benchmark strategies and data that we just spoke about, maximizing and monetizing that role where you're getting X% times return on investment on that particular role, and then manage to that role. If they are performing in that role, you're going to feel comfortable that you're paying someone a fair rate for the work that they're doing, and or if they're exceeding that performance, putting in bonuses or other so that they are able to earn more, or they are warranted.
Don't go to your competitor either.
Or they're warranted a pay rise because they're exceeding that performance that they've been requested to achieve. So look at what the role is, benchmark your roles. Sometimes you need to up roles based on industry benchmarks, but the point is make sure that the data talks about them getting paid fairly. To your point, or they will end up leaving you.
I mean, that's the one thing that if people are in a role which has commissions or bonuses or anything like that, I mean, making sure that those commissions are aligned to that high performance and it is incentivizing them. It's like you go, oh, I've got to pay them more money, but you got to look at the bigger picture. That they're bringing in more money, and if you want to keep this person performing like that, not only is it good for them, but what sort of benchmark is it creating across your whole team?
Correct.
And it shows people, hey, this is possible. I'm happy to pay you this money. They're like, Joe over here is showing that it's possible, and I'm paying him, so I want to get you to that level too. They're not going to say no to that. That's for
correct.
Sure. Last one. I mean, this is the constant thing that we need to talk about. It is communication and transparency between the team.
So it's very important to using the data, you're communicating to your team on where the business is at, where it's going, what the numbers are saying, what, through surveys and other, what, the general feeling is in the employee group, and how you can continuously work to align the employee needs and the business needs and getting everyone linking arms moving forward. The only way to do that is to communicate where the business is at, what the business needs are, but also recognizing what the employees' needs are at and what needs to be done there as well. So using data, whether it's surveys or whether it's financial data or sales data or operational data or whatever you're using, is demonstrating that mission, vision and values, and demonstrating that you are either meeting those expectations as a group, and use the term as a group. It's not about management doing their job and the employees doing a bad job. It's actually about the employee group working together in order to get the best outcome for the group. Using data, communicating that data, being honest about, we need to improve this area. What are the ideas you've got? We need to move this dial here. The business is not sustainable if that's not being done. How do we do that? Just communicating is really super, super important. The other thing I'll add with communication is humanize those communications. So have days where you have lunch with people. Create relationships, because when you're delivering the good or the bad news, underpinning that is respect, and you can only do that if you have a relationship.
Well, that's the 7. I mean, we want to keep that short and sharp. Once again, let's just go over that. Selective hiring, self-managed and effective teams, providing a safe space for your employees, training and development, using data to get maximum performance, performance-based compensation strategies, and then, of course, communication. If you can just focus on one of those and implement that into your business and some new strategies this week, I'm not even going to say this month, this week, it can only benefit your business. Your employees are going to see that you're making a real effort to improve things and make them even better, and it's just going to come back to you tenfold. But look, if you're curious about how you might be able to implement some of these things, email us, help@happyhr.com. Visit our website, happyhr.com. We are your HR department in a box for Australian small to medium businesses. We can make sure that everything that we're talking about here can get implemented into your business so simply, so effectively, that you're just going to see a massive uptick in your business. So, Chris, thanks so much for that.
Thanks, Jules.
So that conversation in the car this morning, that was perfect for today.
It was.
All right, thanks guys. See you later.
Bye.